read a book. I can't remember the name of the author, but it was called Swimming with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive. And there was a reference in that book that said that you should beware of the naked man that tries to sell you his shirt. And I believe that Mr. Adetuyi is not naked, but he has a lot of vests on him that is going to be able to share nuggets and wisdom with us today. So I give you Pharmacist Adituyi Adedipo. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. I'd like to say a big thank you to the leadership of the Saints Church. I'd like to appreciate everyone for even the initiative to come up with this wonderful event. And of course, I'm very humbled by the privilege that you give to me to be the speaker at this event. And I hope that the little time has been afforded to me, I'll do justice to the topic that has been chosen. So without further ado, I'll just jump into it. I don't know who has my slides. You have it. Okay, can I go to the first slide, please? Thank you. All right, so the topic that's been given to me is nurturing and fostering organic growth, avoiding mistakes startups and small businesses make. I like the fact that we're focusing on startups and small businesses because that's the lifeline of any economy. Any economy has been built or will be built on the backs of startups and small businesses. And the statistics for startups and small businesses in Nigeria and around the world today is not it's very alarming. You know, in 5 years' time, 90% or 80% of startups don't make it. And so today we're going to be extracting why is that the case? Why do we have such an alarming frailty of small businesses in Nigeria and around the world? What are the small mistakes that people make in setting up a business? Now, I'll be saying a lot of things from my own personal experience. I'm not going to be saying anything that you find in any textbook. I've been doing business for the last 15 years, so I will try as much as possible to distill all that information, all that knowledge, what I've learned, the experiences I've had, and try and equip you with some of the, let me say, things to look out for in ensuring that your business is able to scale and grow sustainably. All right, can we go to the next slide? So talking about who am I and why this topic matters, I think Chibuzo has done a glowing job of giving a brief overview of who I am, but I'll just add a few things here. My name is Adedipo Adetuyi. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and also I'm an entrepreneur. I've been on this entrepreneurship journey for the last 20 years, and I've done several things. Currently, I'm the managing director of Oakley Pharmaceuticals, and we deliver healthcare. I don't like to say we sell vitamins and supplements. I like to say that we deliver healthcare. And so I'm also involved in the real estate space as well. And so that's one of our newer companies. And I'm also involved in several NGOs and non-governmental organizations as well. So for me, leadership and entrepreneurship has been a lifetime journey. And one of the things that drove me into entrepreneurship was basically I wanted more for myself. I felt like, you know, those days there were a lot of I was exposed to a lot of things in terms of, you know, be the best you can be. You call it more expand the scope of who I am. How can I expand the scope of what I'm doing? So I've always thought about pushing the boundaries and pushing the barriers of whatever it is I'm doing, whether it's pharma or real estate or even from the NGO side. So I believe that growth is not luck. Growth is the product of clear direction, disciplined execution, and systems that outlive the founder. I want us to be thinking long term. I want us to be thinking big. For those of you that are here that have your own businesses, I want you to supersize the dreams that you have about your business. I believe so much that a business, like every other thing, is a calling. A business is a ministry. And you're ministering in the marketplace, you're ministering to people. There's no difference between a business and a church, quote and unquote. For instance, a church takes care of the needy, heals the sick, and that's what we're supposed to do. But from a business too, you can do that on your own side, on your own little level. So think of that and believe that God wants you to succeed. God wants you to succeed in your business. Don't feel like you've done several businesses, you failed, and God is trying to teach you a lesson of don't go into business anymore. I think the mindset is that if you failed in business, what are the things that you should have done better? What are the things that you could have done to prevent failure? Failure is always a system. Success is also a system. So you should understand that. And if you follow the right systems, you would succeed. Can we go to the next slide, please? So why do businesses fail? And what are the things that create sustainable growth? Like I said, these
have been distilled from my own personal experience on the field. So number one reason why I feel that businesses fail is the lack of vision. Lack of vision. And, it's important to understand the business that you're in. It's important to understand how to succeed in that business. So for instance, for the average outsider, they'll look at what we do as you're into pharmaceuticals business. But I know that we are more into logistics business than anything else. You look at a company like Coca-Cola today, you say, oh, Coca-Cola is into the sugary drink business. But Coca-Cola is into the logistics business and supply chain business. So understanding that business and being the best at doing what they do is the key to their success. It's not about who can create the best flavored drink. Coca-Cola might not even be the best in terms of taste. There are millions of flavored drinks out there, but why is that company always winning? They've been winning from the 70s till date. Those days during the Nigerian Civil War, the soldiers in Biafra were pictured drinking Coca-Cola. So they have a massive logistics engine, and that's what drives their business. So if you're in the apparel industry, for instance, what business are you really in? Are you in the mass market business? Are you in the ready-to-wear business? You need to understand the business that you're in. And if you understand the business that you're in, then you need to have a vision about that business. I'm in the pharma business. I knew that at the beginning, when I wanted to come into the business, I didn't have as much money, as much experience, as much knowledge as a lot of the companies that were out there doing things that I wanted to do. I didn't have that. I came in as a disadvantage. But what I came in with was a different mindset, a different vision about how things could be done. I felt like a lot of these companies make their money from waiting for people to get sick and then giving them the drugs to help them get better. I thought about, why can't we do it different? Why do we have to wait for people to get sick? Why don't we equip people with the knowledge, capacity to ensure that even when they get sick for a shorter period of time, their body is more resilient to illness and disease. They can live a longer, more healthy life. So that's what we came in with. That was the vision that we came in with to try and see how we could upturn the market. We're not the only ones with this vision. We're not the only ones with this vision at that time, but we personally, I as the founder, believed strongly that this was the direction to go. This was the direction that a lot of people were not looking into. Until date, that has fueled our growth, that has fueled where we go, how we do things, the kind of people we employ, the kind of products that we bring in. The kind of communication that we have with the public is focused and based on this vision. So if you're going into business, you need to have a vision for yourself. You need to have a vision for where you want your business to be. One of the things that you will find out very quickly as an entrepreneur is it is not what you say yes to. It is what you say no to that makes the difference between success and failure. What are you saying no to? Because during the course of your journey as an entrepreneur, you'll be faced with a lot of opportunities that may look good, but are here to distract you from your vision. In my own experience, when we've had opportunities that seemed so good to be true, and we deviated, we ended up getting burnt because that was not our vision. Don't forget, I said earlier that a business is a ministry. Your business is a calling. So you cannot be called without seeing a vision of what you are called to do. So what are you called to do as a business? What are you called to do in your business? It could be that your vision is to be the best hairdresser in Lagos. Someone else's ambition could be that he wants to be the best hairdresser in the world. Those two people will move differently. Those people will have different systems and different things that push them up in the morning. So first of all, so that we don't waste time, have a vision for your business. What are you going to do differently? I remember when we did our first course in entrepreneurship during my master's, we talked about what is an entrepreneur. And they define entrepreneurship as someone that creates, someone that innovates. You cannot be an entrepreneur without innovating. You cannot be an entrepreneur you're not a business person is different from an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur creates, an entrepreneur innovates, and an entrepreneur develops something out of nothing, shifts the goalpost, shifts what is reality. So someone like the guys that came up with ChatGPT now, those are entrepreneurs. They innovated, they created something out of it. But someone that sells an AI based on ChatGPT is probably just a business person taking advantage of an opportunity. So they are two different things. So if you're an entrepreneur, you must create. But for you to create, you must see. I remember the famous story about Walt Disney. I think when he was creating the Disneyland, he died before that project was done. But when he's on the day of the launching of that place, his wife asked, I think one of the speakers said, "Oh, I wish Walt could see this. And his wife said he actually did see it. He visualized it every day of his life. He saw that was exactly what the place would look like. And it came into reality. So have a vision. Have a vision that drives you. Have a vision that is your moral compass. Have a vision that is your North Star. That everything around your business is focused on that vision. You should know it. Your team members should know it. Everybody that comes into the organization to know it. After 15 years, I start every meeting with our vision and mission. Everybody in the organization knows this. I spend 5 minutes on it every single meeting I have, every opportunity I have to talk to the members of my staff. They know my vision and mission, our vision and mission, because that's what drives us. It's not just about making money or being the biggest pharma company or having a company being the company with the most products. We have our vision. We know what drives us. We know what we're about. So every business should have one. Number two, goals. If you have your vision, you understand that it's clear to you, you know what you want to do, then you set goals. And I won't waste time talking about goals here, but we all know what goals should be. Goals should be SMART goals, right? Can anybody tell me what SMART goals are? There are a few people in the audience, so I'll try and make it as interactive as possible. SMART goals. S for specific goals, thank you. M for measurable, thank you. A for achievable, thank you.
And
R
I
for
think relevant or something.
relevant, realistic, yes,
yeah.
you've done well. And T for time bound. Thank you very much. So your goals must be specific, right? For most organizations, they have quarterly goals, they have monthly goals. For us in our organization, we have sales reps, and sales reps have daily goals. What are you supposed to do every day? And those goals that you do every day is what accounts for success. So if we want to know someone that will succeed, we look at what do they do every day? What are their habits? What are their daily habits? If you spend time, you wake up and you spend time scrolling on Instagram, we can tell already in the next 30 days where you'll be, right? If you wake up and you have a dedicated structure, you wake up to work out, have your coffee, go for breakfast, do something active, go for your meetings, I can tell that this is where you end up. So your goals determine where you get to. So they must be specific, right? They must be specific. They must be measurable. So at the end of the day, you say you want to have sold 20,000 units of this camera. You want to have baked 15,000 cakes. And how do you measure that every day? What do you need? What kind of resources do you need to achieve that? So your goals must be smart. They must be achievable. Don't say you've started business today and automatically you want to start selling hundreds of millions. How? Right? You don't have the customer base, you don't have the clientele, you don't have the network, you don't have anything. And so they must be realistic. They must be realistic. They must be time bound and they must be achievable. So your goals must drive your vision. You have a vision, your goals must drive your vision. If I see your vision and I see your goals, there should be an alignment between your goals and your vision, right? So as a business, don't think your business is too small to have goals. Don't think your business is too small to have goals, right? At the beginning of every business, you should have your goals. I remember those days when we started our business, I had a book, and till today, I still maintain such a book. When it's full, I keep it somewhere, I open a new one. And I write every day, I know what I want to do, I know where I need to be, and I put it down in my book. So that when I have meetings, I don't use any fancy AI calendar or whatever. I use my book. I open my book, I see what's what, and I know what to do. So have your goals. Have your goals. Don't feel like, oh, it's too small. I'm not even selling. If you're selling 2 units every month, have a goal to sell 4 units. If you're selling 4 units, have a goal to sell 10 units and strategize around how you will get to 10 units. Don't just have a wishful thinking and believe that it will happen by God's grace. Yes, but even marketplace is different. Marketplace realities respond to strategy and wisdom. Marketplace realities respond to strategies and wisdom. Yes, you pray, you fast, you do all that. It's important to do all that. But marketplace realities respond to strategies and wisdom. Always. So you should understand that. Have your goals will drive your vision. Then number 3, which ideally should be number 1, but let's face it, people. If you ask anybody today, people will be one of the major engines for growth or for destruction. For growth or for destruction of any enterprise. And the first people is you as the entrepreneur. The first people is you as the founder. I don't know if you get what I mean. The first people is you, because you are the one that sets the pace for everything. You are the one that sets the tone for your business. If your business is going through a rough patch and you as the leader, you are shaking, you are jittery, you're not inspiring confidence, then everybody will feel like, man, this fire is going to consume us. But if you as a leader is going out there and showing that, look, this thing that we're going through, we'll go through it together, we'll be fine, you inspire confidence. You know, everybody will align to what you're doing. So you, when you say people, you know, it's very easy for you to say, it's the people. No, it's you first. I have two principles of leadership that I try to live by, which is number one, leadership is all about you. Leadership is all about you. That's number one principle. Number two principle is that leadership is all about the other person, the people that you're leading. Those are the two principles of leadership. Leadership being all about you means how do you, number one, how do you cast your vision? How do you communicate your vision to the people? Because leadership starts with vision. I'm not going to follow someone. Where are we going? What are we even doing? Okay? We're just coming here every day selling. What's the purpose of this thing? Everybody wants to align with something bigger than themselves. What are we just doing here? Are we just here to just come and sell? We are selling, even if you are selling akara on the street, let's know that, sell it to me that you are creating sustenance for people. Tell it to me that you're creating a healthy alternative for people that I don't have time to eat in the morning before they go to work. Sell something to me, right? Create something around that. Don't just do it as a random thing. Don't allow your business to be random. I don't know if you get what I mean. Don't allow your business to be random. Don't let anybody commonize your business. And she's just selling clothes. No, I'm not just selling clothes. Thank you. You should have a value proposition. You're not just selling clothes. Who is the Christian Dior? Is a designer. They sell clothes. Lagbaja is also a fashion designer. She sells clothes. What makes Christian Dior 100 times more expensive? They have a value proposition. They know the people that wear their apparel. It's not just about the clothes. It's about a feeling. I am wearing so designer, and you feel good about it. But when you wear the Lagbaja's own, you're like, it's just there, you know. So don't allow anyone commonize your business. But for you to do that, you as the first in your business must be able to communicate that. You must believe that my business is more. My business is a calling. My business is a ministry. My business is here to have this specific vision and driven by certain goals. And I, as the person in the business, must be able to understand those goals and communicate it. First to myself, believing it in myself, before then having other people that can align with that. So how is it about other people? It's about other people because people are the growth engine of your business. If you don't have the right people in the business, you don't have the right people motivated to drive towards this vision, then you're going by yourself and you will not go far. The numbers, of course, don't take numbers for granted. Please let me know if I have 30 more minutes so that I don't, because it's just second slide and we have a long way to go. So numbers, but I hope you're getting something. I hope I'm making sense. All right. So the numbers, this is one area that most people also miss it in business. They don't take care of the numbers. I think when we were growing our business, one of the things that we did that really helped us scale was we invested in a finance system. So we invested in a finance system to be able to look at the numbers, how much money is out there, how much sales do we make, how much debts do we have, who is owing what, how long have they been owing, etc., etc. The numbers in any business is very important. Don't just look at, oh, I have money in the bank. That money in the bank, you can be rich today. That's the journey of entrepreneurship. You are rich in the morning, by evening, you are pressing calculator frantically. Frantically. Do you understand? And that is business because the money can come in today, you see it's millions. But then by the time you look at payroll is coming. I have to pay this supplier. I have to pay this vendor. Before you know it, the money is gone. So you as the businessman must know cash flow. You must know the numbers of your vital numbers of your business, more than even the accounts people. You as the founder, you must know this. Then of course, the last one, number 5, systems. Systems are scalable structures that you have in your business that allow you to grow. Systems is the food. Systems are the catalyst for sustainable growth. Systems are the catalyst for sustainable growth. So I'll be talking about all this in a nutshell. So the danger is that most startups try to grow with one energy alone. Energy can start a business, but only clarity, discipline, and systems can sustain it. I see a lot of mistake. One mistake a lot of people to make is, they have that hustle mentality. A hustler is not an entrepreneur. Because you're a hustler, you're looking for, you have this opportunity. One guy knows one guy, and you just want to hustle. There's one opportunity today. You are selling equipment. Tomorrow you are selling aircraft, flight tickets. Tomorrow you are doing dude, that's not being smart. You are burning yourself and everything is revolving around you, right? Next slide, please. All right. So we're looking at the mistakes, direction mistakes, vision, goals, and product market fits, people mistakes, hiring culture, delegation and incentives, number mistakes, cash flow statements, margins and pricing, strategy mistakes, competitors, reduction thinking, and leverage. These are some of the mistakes that people make in business. And I'll be talking about how to mitigate some of these errors as well. Then the corrective framework, how to build a clear founder's compass, translate vision into measurable action or execution, create systems that reduce dependence on you, use numbers, people, and processes to compound growth. At the end, you should leave with a 90-day reset plan for your business. So after this, I want every entrepreneur here, because I learned that I'm speaking to entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs, right, to have a 90-day reset plan for your business, which should include what are your goals, what are your vision, what's your vision rather, what are the goals that will drive and push that vision, what kind of people, have a wish list of the kind of person that you want in your business, who will be your ideal first hire if you haven't hired anyone, or who will be your ideal next hire, what position do you really need to fill, what is the importance of that position to your business. So think of your business, don't just trivialize it. I think that's the problem with a lot of us here. We just think business is a means of, let me just survive. You know, we have a survival mentality. No, you should be thinking of business as not just feeding yourself and your family, but having an impact in society. And that's the purpose of any business. That is a business that has an impact. We say the small businesses are the lifeblood of any economy, but it is small businesses that think in a certain way that are the lifeblood of any economy. We don't want small businesses that come today and are gone tomorrow. We want businesses that are going to outlive all of us. We want businesses that will change the trajectory of any organization or any country. If we continue to say, oh, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, at the end of the day, we as entrepreneurs, we have that calling. The mandate is on us to change the rhetoric, to create the opportunities, to create the value that Nigeria is going to get better from. Nigeria will not get better overnight by itself. Look at other countries today. Look at the Teslas of this world. Those are heavy behemoths of value that the America shows everywhere as their poster, as something that they've achieved. But that's one man's idea. Look at Dangote today. Everybody will talk about those Dangote being in Nigeria, but that's one man's idea. And there are many. Imagine if you had 10 Dangotes in Nigeria, handling different aspects. But that's the power of entrepreneurship. So in as much as the government has policies and whether it's good or bad, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk to entrepreneurs, because we are the real change agents. If we want Nigeria to change, it's in our hands. We are the ones that will dare the marketplace and put everything on the line and take the risks and take the blows and the jabs. But we keep going because we are not called. It's not an easy calling. All right. I'm going to left. All right. So we're talking about all that. Can we go to the next slide? But I hope you guys are on the. So the big idea, growth has a sequence: vision, goals, people, numbers, systems, scale. Vision defines where the business is going. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, I will not use the word business owner. Let me use the word as an entrepreneur, because like I said, an entrepreneur is someone that creates value. An entrepreneur is someone that innovates. You cannot be an entrepreneur without innovating something. So what are you innovating? I'm calling you to come to the next level now. What are you innovating? What are you changing? Growth comes from change. Growth is a form of change. Innovation stimulates that growth. Look at the amount of value that an idea, AI, has created in the world today. An idea, it's an idea. It's an idea. An idea that you can make work faster, quicker, more efficient. It's an idea, but that idea has created massive value around the world. So what idea are you carrying that can change the world today? The vision of where the business is going. Where are people going? What are the needs of people for the future? How will my business align and change for that future? Understanding that vision. Your goals. What do we want to happen day by day, month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year? The farther you can dream about your business and set goals for that business, the better off you will be. And the more likelihood of you succeeding. The longer, if you can plan for 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, the longer in the future that you can dream and you can see, the better that you can plan and the more likely that you will succeed. So have goals. People multiply the founder's capacity. You cannot grow without people. If you are not a people person, oh, I don't like people, I'm an introvert. God bless you, but don't be in business, right? Go and work in AI somewhere and be in a room by yourself and be typing computer. But if you want to do business and you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be a people person. You don't have to like people. You don't have to like being around people, but you have to understand people. You have to understand what makes people tick. You have to understand how to get the best out of people. You have to understand how to motivate people. You have to understand how people respond in different environments to different stimuli. So your understanding of people, it doesn't mean that you like people or you like being around people. No, you just have to understand them. And understanding them is then being able to get the best out of them. You are empathetic. You know how to be firm when it needs to be firm. You know how to make decisions. That you know how decisions will rub off this person the wrong way, or that person. You know how to. This guy has something in him, or this lady has something in her. I want to excavate that. I want to improve that. An entrepreneur, you are a gardener. You garden. You nurture the value of the people around you. When people trust you and trust you explicitly, and you trust them, that dynamic is amazing. I hear a lot of people talk today about, oh, Nigerian workers are this, are that. Nigerian workers, they want to steal from you and all that. Yeah, that may be true, but to be honest, I'll be honest, I can be honest, right? I don't expect people to steal from me. I don't expect it. I'm not saying that I don't think it happens. I don't expect it. That's my expectation. And that doesn't mean that there haven't people that have stolen from me. Do you get? But I don't expect it. I don't expect it to be a norm for me. That's my own reality. And whether I like it or not, and I also put certain things in place to ensure that. So under people, treat people the way you like to be treated. I'm not someone that will come and be shouting and be raising my voice. I don't believe that that's the only way to get results. I treat people the way I like to be treated. I was once a subordinate of somebody, and there was a certain way that I preferred that person to talk to me to get the best out of me. Right? We met, Chibuzo and I met at Lagoon Hospital how many years ago? You know, but we had a boss, similar boss, that, you know, she just was so amazing to us. And those kinds of people that have showed me what leadership can be, I've taken those examples and I've taken it and I've implemented it into my own life. So I'm not saying that you have to be like me if your own disposition, you don't have the grace, right? to be, you know, to not be shouty and all that. Well, fine, you know, but as long as you get the results and people don't feel, you can be aggressive and that, but as long as you don't let people shrink around you and people don't feel small around you. People want to leave you as the boss. Even if they've done something wrong, they want to feel big. They want to feel more than they are. You want to make them feel like, yes, you made this mistake. I'm not happy about it, but don't worry. I know you can do better than this. Go out there and do it. And everybody feels excited about it. It works. I've seen it work. It's impactful. When you see someone, you know, they say a butterfly cannot see its own wings. It's other people that will see the butterflies and say, wow, that is so beautiful. So you need to see the beauty in people that you work with, even people that are not beautiful. I'm not talking about physical beauty. I hope you understand what I mean. Even people that are not beautiful, right? Does this person have something to teach me or something I need to learn about my leadership style? Is this person here for something, right? I'm not saying that you should not be condoning people that are toxic. Don't condone people that are toxic. Don't let your environment be a poison or to you and to others. So if you find someone that is toxic, please, you need to cleanse them. But I'll talk more about people down the line. Their numbers and systems. Numbers tell you the truth before emotions deceive you, right? A lot of people these days, social media is great, is good, but it's not the all, be all, and know all of everything. Don't be carried away by how many followers you get. It's a vanity metrics. Who really cares how many followers you have? What is this impact you're making in the marketplace? As a businessman, if you are doing your business and you're selling well, why should you be so aggravated about, oh, I have so amount of followers? Like that's a vanity metric if you really think about it. Is it really impactful? Not necessarily. Do your work, have strategies around your business and keep pushing. And systems make the performance repeatable. So am I building a business? That's what you should ask yourself. Am I building a business that can grow beyond my personal energy? Can I build a business that can grow beyond my personal energy? Have a vision for yourself. What is the vision that you want to have for yourself? You might want to have a vision that by the time you're 40 or 45 or 50, you want to retire. That could be a vision. And so you want the business to be running itself. That's a vision. A vision is personal to you, and nobody, you can, so a vision automatically dictates that you are not running by somebody else's timeline. You have your own vision. This is what I want to achieve. I can be a runner, an athlete, runner A, runner B. My own is that I want to break the world record. Your own is that I want to make as much money from this running thing as possible. So I'm looking for endorsements and deals. The way we train will be different. Our mindset is different. So while he is looking for endorsements and he's seeing it as success, I'm looking at breaking the world record and seeing it as success. What is it? 4 minutes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So at the end of the day, you should ask yourself, am I building a business that I can grow beyond my personal energy? Can you replicate your strength in other people? Can you delegate? Can you trust other people and trust yourself enough to give people the reins to make decisions that may affect your business? Are you willing to do that? If you're not willing to do that, then you cannot go far and achieve this sustainable growth that we're talking about. Next. So mistake number one, no vision. I think I've talked about this a lot. Starting without a clear picture of the future. What will your business look like in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years? What kind of business? Do you have a similar company that you think my business should be like this company in the next 15 years? Don't think small. Never, ever think small. Don't think you cannot be global. Don't think you cannot be international. Don't think you cannot have your products sold everywhere in the world. Don't think you only has to be this Ikeja. It only has to be Kafanchan. It only has to be Ilorin. No, it can be anywhere in the world. So think big. The world is a global marketplace now. So don't think small. Starting without a clear picture in the future. You have a clear future, a clear picture in your mind. This is what I want to achieve. This is what my business is about. When you're hiring, when you're creating systems, you create that with the vision that you have in mind. So every business needs to have a vision. Without vision, energy becomes scattered activity. I remember those days we used to say, activity is not productivity. You can see someone running up and down and being at every event, being at every networking event, at every this thing. But at the end of the day, the actual beef in the burger, you're not doing well there. Your real business is to grow your business. Your real business is to mind your business. So is your business being minded? Is there a future that you've created and everybody's aligning towards that future? So it's very important that you start with the vision. So if you don't have a vision for your business today, take time out, write down what is the vision. In the next 5 years, what do I want to achieve? What is the North Star of my business? What business am I in the first place? What business am I in the first place? Define that. Define a vision for that business. This is what I'm going to change about this business. This is how my thinking is going to be different than other people in my business. This is what I'm bringing into the marketplace. This is my entrepreneurship inputs into this area that I found myself in. This is how I'm going to be different. That is what defines your vision. Right? So many founders are busy but not directed. A business without vision reacts to every opportunity and every pressure. Every opportunity you want to go there because you don't have a compass. If you don't stand for something, you do what? You fall for everything. And that is one of the greatest killers of business. Oh, you're baking cakes today. Tomorrow, this chin-chin is not bad though. I'm not saying that you cannot do bake cake, you cannot bake cake and chin-chin. No. Don't get me wrong. But my point is, you do that, no, now it's banana bread, now is this, now is that, now is this. Before you know it, you've overextended yourself. Before you know it, you're into logistics. After a while, you're selling kerosene by the side. Like, dude, have a vision, stick with it, drive it, be successful in that. Right? People say, oh, rich people or successful people have multiple streams of income. Yes, they do. But there is one that they grow to the point whereby it now mature enough to be able to, grow some other businesses. So don't start and then you are dissipating your energy just like that. No, have a vision, stick to it. It may take 10 years. It may take 15 years. Stick to it. Stick to it. There's value in patience. There's value in consistency. There's value in compounding. Stick to it. Every little day you show up, stick to it. Stick to it. Have that vision. Let it be clear in your mind. Let it be clear in your mind. Stick to it. Right? Vision should answer, what are we building? Who are we serving? What problem will we solve better than others? What problem will we solve better than others? You are doing chin. I don't know. Me, I'm looking to maybe there's one that does chin here. Sha. Maybe you should send me your chin because I'm talking about chin a lot this morning. But anyway, if you're selling chin, right? What are you going to do different? What's the best selling chin out there? What are you going to do different? This chin is selling. Everybody loves this chin. What are they doing? Oh, they have chili in their own. Can you put something else to make vanilla, ginger, your own to make it more interesting? Don't come out there and do the same thing everybody is doing. Like, we're tired of that. That doesn't not going there. Oh, this is what people are selling. Everybody, dude, when will you be the one in front? Enterprise, entrepreneur. When will you be the one innovating and other people will follow you too? That's the way to create sustainable growth. So do something different. Don't follow the crowd. A clear vision attracts the right people, partners, customers, and discipline. And trust me, when you have vision, people talk about money. Maybe this is not the forum, but when it comes to having a vision, if you have a vision that is valuable, that vision is more than money. That vision can attract money and people to you in ways that a lot of things cannot. I don't know how else to explain that, but trust me, have a vision for yourself, something that stands you out. Write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. Your vision must be plain, must be clear. Let people see it and understand this is where we are going, this is what we are building, and then they run with that vision, right? Where there's no vision, the people perish. That's very, very clear. So for the founder's action, you should write a one-page vision that your team can understand, repeat, and execute. A one-page vision that your team can understand, repeat, and execute. Next slide, please. Confusing ambition with measurable goals. I want to buy Benz. It's not a goal, right? Is it a goal? I want to buy Benz. It's not a goal. What are the goals and how should they be measured? We want to grow. It's not a goal. It's a wish. I want to grow. What are you growing? Don't forget, goals should be smart. Set annual, quarterly, monthly, and weekly targets. You sell chin. I want to sell 20 packs of chin every day. I'm going to sell 5 from Instagram. I'm going to sell 2 from TikTok. I'm going to sell 1 from that woman that sells provisions on the roadside. My sister will take 2 to her school and sell. My cousin will take 2 to her church. I will sell 1 in my NYSA camp. That's how I will sell 10 every day. Every day I must sell 10. That's the target. You know how you sell the 10. So if I'm going to sell 2 at my NYSA, so if I'm selling 2 at NYSA camp, there are many people in NYSA camp. Can I sell 10 tomorrow? How can I sell 10? Okay, there are some people that sell, that are vendors there. Maybe I can meet them and ask them if they will buy 111. If they buy 111 and they begin to buy 10 and begin to buy 20, that's a lot. Money is not your problem. Your planning, that is your problem. And thinking, that is your problem. When you think about it, money is not your problem. I keep telling people, don't put the cart before the horse. Don't put money in front of any idea. Think of it, break it down, assume that you have the money, plan accordingly, think. It's free to think now. Even with AI today, you can punch it, you give you business plan, logo, everything in 2 seconds. Leave money to one side, put money aside first. Don't let money be stopping you from dreaming and planning and having goals. So use leading indicators, calls, visits, conversions, collections, repeat purchases, content outputs. Every goal must have an owner, deadline, and review rhythm. For goals, simple, keep it smart. We all know what SMART goals are at this point. This is not your first webinar or seminar. You know this. Keep your goals smart. These are the things that kill businesses. From my own experience, right? You don't have goals. You just wake up every morning. Hey, if you sell, hey, we've sold or we're happy. If you don't sell, you're sad. There should be an engine that ensures that you are driving towards something. If I'm going to lose 20 kg of weight in 6 months, I'm not worried about the 20 kg of weight. I'm worried about what are my daily habits. What am I going to do every day? I must drink 4 liters of water. I must wake up and do 10 push-ups. I must make sure that I have 30 minutes of activity, physical activity. I must make sure that my heart rate is at those are the things, those are the goals that will ensure that in 3 months' time, I will see that, wow, who I was at point A is different from who I am today. And let me tell you something about goals. Goals is not really about achieving them. It's about the transformation that happens in trying to achieve those goals. In trying to lose 10 kg of weight, you become more disciplined. You become more athletic. You become more health conscious. That is who you are becoming, and that is the value in setting goals. Not necessarily because, oh, I've achieved 10 kg. That means if you achieve 10 kg in that system, you can achieve 20 kg and 40 kg, and on like that. So have goals. Next slide, please. I only have 19 minutes left. Hiring or keeping the wrong people. I can talk about this for hours and hours, but I will say two things, right? Hire slow, fire quick. Hire slow, fire quick. Your recruitment mechanism, your recruitment model must be such that you are able to attract the right people with your vision, with your, where you are going to, what you're building. People are attracted to that first. People at certain levels will be attracted to that first. What are you doing? What are you about? Who do we know you as? What do we know you for? What have you done? People want to see that. Now, when you have that sorted out, you then need to understand the people that you're bringing in. Do they have their personal goals aligned with the company goals? Are their personal goals aligned with the company goals? When the personal goals of your staff or of your people aligns with the company goals, then you have a dynamic, you have something powerful in your hands. And you as the founder, you as the leader, you as the head of recruitment must understand that you need to find those kinds of people. Some people come ready-made, but with some baggage, right? Those kind of people, you nurture them, you groom them, you train them, you give them time. One thing that you must not compromise in people is integrity, right? No matter how good they are, no matter how efficient they are, no matter how great they are with your customers, do not compromise integrity. Do not compromise people that are toxic behavior, no matter how good they are. No matter how good they are delivering, oh, this guy is the best sales rep I have, but he's toxic. He's harming your organization. He's poisoning your organization. Right? It is in that place that you think, oh, this guy is irreplaceable. There's nobody that's irreplaceable. Even you yourself, you are not irreplaceable. The guy that founded Apple, Steve Jobs, he was kicked out of the company for 10 years. And the company went on. They had to call him back though. But today, is Apple not still alive and thriving? Nobody is irreplaceable. So don't feel like anybody has to hold you to ransom in your business. Right? Sometimes you may need to sacrifice your Isaac. Right? That thing that you hold so dear to you. And God says, yeah, it's time. Right? So don't let anybody have any unusual hold over you. But you as the entrepreneur, you need to be able to ensure that you remain the source of growth, source of inspiration, source of motivation, source of clarity, source of strength for your team. You need to have that. It's a lonely, they say it's lonely at the top, but it really is lonely at the top because not everybody's looking up to you for everything. Everybody's looking up to you for it. So it takes a certain kind of person with a certain kind of mindset to walk this entrepreneurship journey. It's lonely because every day you make decisions. Things happen that you didn't even dream of when you woke up that morning, but you have to face it. So you face it with courage, you face it with strength. But thank God for forums like this where you can also network and engage with other entrepreneurs. Talk to other entrepreneurs too. Find out what challenges they are facing. A lot of people are going through a lot, and it's a difficult journey. But I want to tell you that there's a lot of light at the end of the tunnel. It's possible to have the right people, even though you've been beaten, you've been scarred with people coming into your business, taking advantage of you, taking you for granted, not doing what they ask you to do, stealing from you. I want to encourage you that, look, there are people out there that can do the work. When you find them, make sure that you treat them right. Pay them well. Pay them well. Pay them well. I'll say that again. I'm telling you, pay your staff well. Pay your staff well. If you pay them well, if they are good, you won't have to be worried, oh, you're losing them. Train your people. Someone says, oh, what if they train them and they go? What if you don't train them and they stay? Who is losing? What if you don't train them and they stay? So have an open mind. Don't forget, treat your business as a ministry. If you're a ministry, you're a pastor, congregation comes, he comes today, he goes tomorrow. Oh, well, we keep it moving. Don't be a witch that people have to stay, they must not go. Why must they not go? If they have a better opportunity, they will go. But make sure that your own place too is also irresistible. that even when they're leaving, they'll be like, man, this place, I don't want to leave, but man, you know, something else. Why not? So don't make your organization such a place that people want to come to. They see it as a shelter, like, if I'm here like this, I'm okay, and let me just be here. I just like this place. You understand? So that when their people are pitching, and let them have a sense of ownership. Let them make decisions. Everything shouldn't have to be revolving around you. Have people that are smarter than you in your business. Don't think you must be the know all. You know it all. Ancient of days. You know it all. Nobody can question you in the office because you are the boss. That's a fast lane to degrowth. Have people that know better than you, that you can trust. Don't let your ego be too big that you cannot trust people. It's only you. No. You know? All right, let's move on. Ignoring cash flow and account statement. This is another topic that I cannot overemphasize. But what I'll say is this. In your vision, because you've been after this seminar, and I believe that everybody that is going to go into business will be going into business looking at something different they're about to offer. Don't go into a business and do the same thing that everybody else is doing. That's one philosophy we have with our own products when it comes to formulating products. We don't formulate products at the time that everybody does. We look at something unique. All our products, we look at something unique, because when we produce something that is unique and is not available in the market, I get fewer price comparison. Your product is like this one. Your product is like, no, my product is not like any of those products. Okay. It has this and this and this. Like, so in your own service, it could be your customer service. It could be the way your speed. It could be the way you treat your customers. You write a note for them at the end of every purchase. They feel special. It could be that. So the little things matter. So, but in terms of cash flow and account statements, like I said, once your business starts to grow and gets to a point of growth, make sure that that's one of the things you don't compromise. Get a good accountant. Your sales is not your profits. Your gross profits is not your net profits. Your margin is different from your EBITDA. You need to know all this as a business person. Money in the accounts. What is that? What is your working capital? What are your receivables? What's your age analysis? You need to know this. And with a simple playing or around AI, you'll find out all this. Sales are not the same as cash collected. Founders must understand P&L, profit and loss statements. I'm a pharmacist. They never taught me any of this in school, but I can probably read a P&L like any other accountant or finance person here today. I know what to look out for in a P&L. I didn't have to learn it in school. I learned it on the job because I needed to know how to read it, how to understand it. Track monthly inflows, outflows. I have my book. If you see it every day, I draw a line: inflow, outflow. How much is coming in? How much is going out? At the end of the day, I do my line. How much? What's the balance? We don't have money this month, though. Oh yeah, sales. What's going on? Marketing. What's going on? How do we ensure that this changes? If you don't know your numbers, you don't know what to. Just like going to a diagnostic center to do a full body checkup. It is after that you will now say, your cholesterol is low, your pressure is high, this and that. You can now treat those things. But if you're not having sales, look at your numbers. What are the numbers that you should be tracking and checking? The business is going down. Don't forget, if I don't take anything away from this point, cash flow. Cash is king. Ensure that your cash flow of your business is always positive. That's the only way to be sure that you continue to remain in business. Sales or revenue can be deceptive. Cash flow is what you should focus on. Even if you don't make profits, make sure that you have cash flow. If you have cash flow, there is hope for tomorrow. Are you there? Next slide, please. 12 minutes. Wow. Okay. Not having the right margins. Please, and please. I hate hearing this word. It's a turnover business. It's turnover. What is turnover? Turnover will kill you. Turnover will kill you. Turnover will kill you. And turnover will kill you because you don't have the right margins. Right? This one, I'm selling speakers. This other guy sells his own at 12,500. So my own must be 12,250. Why? And then you put your own at 12,050, 250. He puts his own at 10,000. And then the other guy puts his own at 9,000. And you continue to erode the value in the market. but you bought this thing to make a profit. Why are you trying to die in a red ocean? Yeah. Yes, I know. I've checked. Oh, so 21 minutes. Oh, thank you. All right. So, yeah. So have the right margins. You know, you cannot be competing based on price everywhere, right? So if you say you have a product and you believe in the value of that product, you have goals set out to ensure that the product is properly marketed and properly visible to the right people, then you stick to your margins. I'm not saying that you don't have to be price sensitive, but have a healthy margin. If the margin is not enough to sustain your business, don't do it. Don't do a business for business sake and then all of a sudden you run out of cash. A healthy margin would be between 60 to 70%. Between 60 to 70%. That's a margin. Of course, in that margin, you also have your overhead costs and all that. So at the end of the day, if you have 30% overhead costs, you know that you have 30 to 40% at the end of the day, which is still fair. But you are now having a margin of 10%. You say, I'll do turnover. Okay, you will not do turnover. That turnover will kill you. The moment one of your customers doesn't pay you as a when due, your value proposition. From your environment. You know, so it's important. Don't be afraid to have the right margins. You might not sell a lot, but you have that financial buffer to help to support you when chips are down. You do a business, your customer, one of your biggest clients doesn't pay you. or extends the payment beyond 30 days, the business doesn't collapse because you have good margins. But if you have very tight margins, the guy is owing you, this guy is owing you, then all of a sudden you cannot pay staff. You now start owing staff for 3 months or 4 months, and then you have a problem. Don't be shy about reviewing your margins. If the business cannot sustain you at this margin, then close up and go and sleep. I'll do something else. Next slide, please. Let me not take advantage of my time too much. Following competitors blindly. Be afraid of the red ocean trap. Same customer, same message, same channel, same price fights. I don't like doing what other people are doing. When I see what other people are doing, is an indication of for me to do something totally different. That's what makes, for me, business exciting. That's what makes business a hobby. That's what makes business something I can do till God calls me home, right? Red ocean trap. The same customers, same message, same channel, same price fights. Everybody's doing rebates and discounts, and you follow them into that fights. You cannot sustain yourself. Do not assume that competitor strategy fits your stage, cost structure, or customer base. Because your competitors are doing it, they are employing all the influencers. Don't try it. They don't mind losing on these products. They have the financial muscle that you don't have. And then you follow because any company is doing it now, I must do it. No, you must not do it. You must not do it. Think about what is your own value proposition. So all this is I'm saying now starts from the vision. If you don't have a vision, if you don't carve out a niche for yourself, then you'll be following everybody blindly. So it must start from the vision I talked about at the beginning. Everything must go sequentially like that. Red oceans create price wars, weak loyalty, and margin pressure. Differentiate by product, service, niche, speed, trust, experience, or channel. Study competitors, but build from your own vision. Build from your own what? Vision and customer insights. Define what you'll be known for that your competitor cannot easily copy. What makes you different? Creamy cakes, what makes you different? Couture, what makes you different? What makes you different? What makes you unique? Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in a multitude of counselors, they are what? Established. They are established. So you need to understand, find out what your competitors are doing, find out what you can do better. Take any time that we have to launch a product, I look at who are the top guys in this area. I look at it, analyze it. This is where this one wins, this one wins, this one wins, this one doesn't win. And I see it. These are the top guys I'm competing with. I want something different. I want something that doesn't remind the customer of, there's this other one. No, there's no other one like this. There's no other one like this. After now, I know they will copy me, but don't worry, I'm ahead of them. I will be one step ahead. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Do not fear. Fear is one of the facts. I think I should put it there as number one. Fear. Fear of the unknown. What if it doesn't work out? What if it works out? Act as if everything you do will work out. It will not work out all the time, but at least you would have that ability, that strength, that muscle will have been strengthened to dare. A lot of people, I want to do my business, I want my business to be good, but are you willing to put in, stake your neck out, believe in yourself, bet on yourself? Bet on yourself. Don't feel like you're not worth betting on. You know. Every big move that we made in our organization was because we believed in what we wanted to do and we went for it. Not in a shy way. Not in a shy way at all. So bet on yourself. Don't follow people blindly. Believe in what you saw. Believe in your vision. Follow it. It will not lead you astray. As long as you have that vision and that vision is unique to you, you believe this is where you are going, stick to it. Right? Stick to it. Next slide, please. Poor product market fits. Building what you like, not what the market values. I remember someone asked me, what are you passionate about? I said, well, definitely not drugs. I'm not passionate about I'm not passionate about pharmaceuticals, you know, because if I did what I was passionate about, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. Because what I'm passionate about might not be what is going to put food on my table. Right? So there's difference between passion and profits. Some people are lucky that they turn their passion to profits, but not everybody will be in that box. Some of the wealthiest people in the world today are doing things that you cannot be passionate about. How passionate can you be about oil and gas for real? Like, do you understand? How passionate can you be? You can be passionate about the money though, but in terms of, okay, I want to see how it is distilled, how did you come, like, oh, it's not that interesting, you know? So you need to understand a beautiful product with weak demand is still a weak business, right? You're a tailor, you brought out a new dress. This dress is a beautiful dress, but you don't talk about if someone orders 10 pieces of this dress, how will I manufacture it? Can I manufacture it in Nigeria? Do I have to import the materials for this dress? Think about the logistics of that business. Can it work? Is it feasible? Is it scalable?
Yeah.
Right? So it's
I
important
didn't
to
break it. No,
understand
it came like this.
there must be product market fits. There
Is it
must
this
be
one?
product market fits. Validate the pain points, the buyer, the pricing, channel, and repeat purchase behavior. What is the pain points that your product is solving? Are you solving, as a fashion designer, speed? Okay, you're going to produce the clothes in 2 days instead of the normal 7 days or 10 days that most other tailors take. Or you're going to provide the haircuts. I'm going to provide a convenient service for you for your haircut. We're going to come to your house and give you a haircut. You don't have to come to our shop. We'll come to you. Is that speed that you're offering? So, and is there a demand for that speed? Are people willing to pay more for that speed? You could be a mobile barber. That's all you do. You go to people's house to cut their hair. You're not paying for shop. You might be having, of course, better transportation costs, but are there people willing to pay that extra? I bet there are. I bet there are people willing to pay extra for you to come to their houses. You're a tailor. Instead of asking your clients to come to your shop, you go to them. There's a way you can take their measurements and all their clothes fit all the time. Even people that are not in Nigeria, people that are abroad, there's an app that you can use to scan them and you take their measurements. Is that something valuable to somebody? Yes. So are you building your product around that? So that if you're marketing your products, everybody knows that, man, if you buy from XYZ Couture, your clothes, even it doesn't have to see you physically, he has an app, your clothes will fit you all the time. Even if you've added weight, it will capture that you've added weight or you've lost weight, and it will fit your clothes will fit you all the time. AI has made some of these things possible. So how are you utilizing it into your business? How are you programming it into your business? They are willing to pay extra for you to solve that problem for them, you know? So let's move on from this. So I talked about this earlier, not incentivizing staff and poor pay philosophy. Pay your people well. Pay your people well. This entrepreneurs don't here. not be there. So delegate, but if you're delegating to someone that doesn't have the capacity, make sure that you can also micromanage them to an extent. See what they are doing, manage them. But once they now build all that capacity, you delegate and you back off, set goals, set KPIs for them, and they will deliver. So you need to understand when to delegate, how to delegate. It's a skill that you continuously learn over the course of your business. But delegation is a skill that every founder needs to have, every small business needs to have. Everything cannot revolve around you. Cannot be responsible for delegates. Delegates to HR, delegates to marketing, delegates to sales, delegates to finance. Right? Delegates. Don't do everything by yourself. You're not the alpha and omega. Next, please. Not learning from failure. So I think this should be one of the last slides. Repeating pain without extracting lessons. Learn to fail forward. Learn to fail forward. Learn everything. Anything that goes wrong, it's easier to learn from things that go wrong than things that go right. When things go wrong, it's easier to take a forensic study and what happened, what did we not do well, but learn better. Learn how to ensure that you don't repeat the same failures over and over again. It's important to learn from your failure so that you don't repeat it. Some losses are tuition, but only if you document the lesson. You didn't meet the targets this quarter. What happened? Why did it happen? How do we ensure that it doesn't happen again? How do we build a system to ensure that this thing happens? This thing doesn't happen. You have so much receivables out there. How do we ensure that we are able to bring in this money? What policies can we put in place to ensure that monies continue to come into the business? At every point in time, when there's a bottleneck, don't just solve the problem and move on. Create a system to ensure that that problem doesn't happen again. So don't not learn from failure. Last slide. I think this should be my last slide, I hope. Next slide. Building without strong system structure and processes. Okay, I think I'll just, this is basically very simple. So you need to have strong systems. System is how the business performs, even when the founder is not present. Document core processes, upgrade tools as the business grows. Structure, create speed, because people know what to do and how success is measured. Next slide, please. Not leveraging wisely. So trying to grow with only personal efforts. You need to be able to use other people to multiply your time, multiply your capacity, your resources. Don't lean onto your own wisdom or understanding alone. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. So ensure that you are able to leverage and lean on people that are around you. Next slide, please. So growth diagnostics, this is score from 1 to 5. I'll share this slide. You can do this in your private time. In the vision, can we explain where we are going for the goals? Do we have clear targets to review? People, do we have the right people in the right seats? Very important. Numbers, do we understand cash flow margins and statements? Systems, can the business run without founder heroes? Culture, do our rules and rewards support growth? Be honest, growth starts when the founder stops lying to himself about the real problem. So you can do this, bring yourself from 1 to 5. Anything that is below 3 needs urgent attention in your business. Next slide, please. So this is a reset plan, day 1 to 15, clarify the vision, 16 to 30, restructure roles, fix margins, delegate stronger. And so if we do this, I think you'll be able to get your business back on track in the next 90 days, which is 1 quarter. It will be something that will happen overnight, but it can be done. Next slide, please. All right, so build what can outlive you. The goal is not just to start a business. The goal is to build something clear, disciplined, profitable, people-powered, and system-driven. Do not build only with passion. Build with vision, goals, people, numbers, and systems. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you are blessed. God bless you all.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Awesome.
Sir.
Okay. Fantastic. That was a stirring session. And one of the things I took from that, first and foremost, was the neatness of the slides, how well organized it was, and the footnotes that spoke about founders' action. There's a lot of things that happen in places like this, events like this, where there's lots of ideas shared, ideation, generated, but it's supposed to end up in execution. So that's, I believe, is something that, since we're going to have access to the slides, I think we should pay particular note to those action items. One of the things I want to share is, as you were talking, I was just basically visualizing your entrepreneurial journey. You remember very well, when we met and how you started. You started with ties. Yeah, I still have that tie I bought from you, the white one. And one of the things that I know you stood for was quality, and still speaks, even by just looking at you. And I also remember a session where you taught me about USP, the house where I met your dad. Yeah, so very fantastic. And I believe that these brass tags that you've shown are things that we will basically hold on to and try to put application to in order to get the outcomes and the desired results. So without taking too much time, I'll be calling on Pastor Sars to come and give like the appreciation and the acknowledgement on behalf of the Saints Christian Center. But I would also want to say that this Kingdom Business School is a quarterly event. Our next session should be sometime in September, I believe September 26th, if I'm not mistaken. And the communication for the topic and all that's about will be shared accordingly. We want to really appreciate our attendees or participants physically and also online, global audience. And we believe that this has been a worthy and worthwhile session, that will help thrust us, to the next level as God intends, whether it's in our business or in our personal lives and space. So Pastor Sars, please help do the honors. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciation. Vote of thanks. Oh, I'm jumping the gun. I'm so sorry. Oh, good. Please, question and answers. Question and answers. I believe we have question and answers. We have questions, I'm sorry. Online particularly. If you have any questions for those of us in the audience here, please, you can raise your hand, or you can, if you have it written down, please pass that to someone that will bring it up. How do I get access to it? Okay, thank you. So, okay, we have a question in the house.
All right. Thank you very much, This Adedipo Adetuyi. First of all, I just want to thank you and I appreciate you. I think that was a fantastic session. Wonderful, fantastic, and I mean, it's a session I was worth paying for, actually. She should think of charging people, actually, and I'm just joking, in case the next time I have to be there. All right, so I have a couple of questions, but again, thank you so much. God bless you. That was a fantastic session. So some of the questions I had, you answered in slides, so I've kind of reduced the questions, but I have 2 or 3 questions here. So the first one is this. When it comes to hiring, right? I liked what you said about hire slow and be quick to fire. But when it comes to hiring, I wanted to just ask, from your experience, what is the one thing that you think has helped in ensuring you get a good hire? What's the one thing, a couple of things you think one should look out for? That's my first question. And if you want to answer that, I should go to the next question.
Okay, so I'll just take questions one by one. I think one thing that I personally, okay.
Sorry, please.
Okay, that's. So I think for me, one thing that I personally like to look out for is alignment, personal alignment with the goal individual and the alignment with the goals of the organization. If I feel like I ask you a question, for instance, what's your big, hairy, audacious goal? What's the big dream that you have? And you're telling me that, oh, you want to go into politics, you feel like, I'm like, okay, that's not aligning with where you are right now. So I know that, yes, you might work for a while, but down the line, there may be a disalignment and it will not work down the line. Then number two is also, I look at, there's just energy. I don't know how to define it. When you meet someone and you just feel like this person, number one, is teachable. This person wants to learn. So there are certain soft skills that I look out for, not necessarily about, oh, how good are you for that role? If you're a pharmacist, or how much clinical knowledge do you have? That's not, there are many people that have clinical knowledge. AI has clinical knowledge. But are you bringing empathy? Are you bringing integrity? Are you bringing an excellent mindset into the organization? So for me, I usually have to interact with potential hires at the last stage of their interview. So my questions, I believe that my HR will have done all the technical questions, define this and all that. My question will now be, number one, with alignment. Number two, I test the energy of the person. Can this person fit into the organization that we've created? Can they thrive here? And then number three, I test for the softer skills, empathy, integrity, innovation, excellence, and I ask questions around those things as well. I think those are the things.
Okay. Just put a bit of context into what I asked this question. Thank you first of all for the answers, and that helped. I was listening, so that helped a couple of things because where I work currently, it's the financial sector, and it's it's a highly target-driven environment. So people come in, and then you give people targets. So it's important. Sometimes you want to be sure you get it right when you employ someone, so that you don't have to repeat the same employment 6 months after. Which is why I asked that question. But based on what you also said, you said it when you were speaking. You mentioned about not when you're treating employees, being calm, being gentle, sometimes it's very difficult in my own environment. Yeah. But I want to ask a question. So based on what you said, I just want to know, so how much, so of course there's always a 6 months period where you appraise people. How much, again, this may be a very difficult question, but I trust on your experience to be able to answer it. For the best way I can put it, how much time is time enough for someone? Because if you waited 6 months for someone and you feel the person isn't doing well, at which point do you say, do I give this person another extra couple of months, or do I think I need to pull the plug at this stage? Just wanted your take on that.
Okay, so for me, I think it depends on, number one, the position of that person and how easy or difficult or how important that person is. So for instance, if you're hiring at the C-suite level, right, you want to at least give 9 months. If it's a very top level position, you don't want to just be changing at that level because it's sort of signals the stability at that level. So for me, I think 6 to 9 months is enough time for you to know whether a person at that level would be able to sustain or grow or even improve on the business. And of course, you won't have it all. If there are things that you feel like this person has some raw materials that I personally, as the founder, as the leader, can work on, and this person has it. Like, let me give an example now. We hired someone sometime last year into a very senior position in the organization. And this guy came from a very reputable company. So for me, I was like, this guy will just come and solve all my problems. This company, I admire this company. This guy is going to come with all the, but at the end of the day, I also forgot that company is a bit far along in their history. And so certain things that we have to do and we have to manually do in that company, everything was given to him on a platter. So, but here, like, I know this one is you that will do it. Oh, I didn't know in my other company. No, this how. So we had to now retrain, and I was now able to make the person say that, look, this, even though you're coming from this place, you need to have this foundational knowledge. And the person has now been able to say, okay, look, I understand my own gaps. I understand where I'm not looking at, where I didn't have enough expertise in. So I'm willing to follow through. So for me, I think at the higher level, just answer the question, 6 to 9 months. But then at the, let me say more junior level, maybe you have like people that are easily, I don't want to word easily replaceable though, but people that are dispensable, quote and unquote, within the organization, then I think you give a shorter time. Because for me, if someone is not able to cut it in the first 2 to 3 months max, the tendency that person would, except maybe there's extenuating circumstances, person is going through some crisis at the moment, which of course you then have to find out. But if it's that the person is not fitting the culture of the organization, the person is not being able to abide by certain rules and regulations, then have it. For us, when we employ people, we have yardsticks for if you're going to be out of probation. because you employ you are in probation already. You have 3 months. So if after 3 months you've not met our setting goals and objectives, we may decide that, okay, you met some, you didn't meet some, but this some that you met, are they non-negotiable? If they are non-negotiable, you have to go. But if you met the non-negotiable ones, we can still give you some time to try again. And then, of course, put you on PIP, ensure that your manager is paying attention to you and seeing how you deliver on that. So I think that's it. For the top level, give them a bit more time. Lower levels, I don't think you should take too much time to.
Okay, thank you. No, thank you. That helped. Actually, that's
Thank you.
Seriously, that actually helped. So, final question. I left this last so that in case, if you had to, again, I'm sorry to put you on the spot here, if I am, but if you sincerely had to recommend maybe 1 to 3 resource materials, books, audio that you think has actually impacted your journey, I mean, what would they be?
Okay, so me, I've always been fascinated by stories of people. If I remember, even when I was in university, then the internet wasn't that great. I don't know if you remember Encounter. Yeah, so that's what we used to always do. And me, then, as crazy as I used to always go and read stories of World War I, World War II. So the Hitlers, the Churchills, and all those guys, I used to be fascinated about that. So because for me, they were non-fiction, they were real. These things happen. These are decisions that men made, and we're reading about them years down the line. So anything autobiographical, I think for me, one of the first books that really changed my mindset was Jack Welch, How to Win, or something like that. I can't remember the name of the title of the book, but it was Jack Welch's book, The Winning Way. Yes, that was the name of the book. The one-time GM of General Motors, right? He wrote that book, and it sort of tells you how to have a mindset to win. I think one of the things that I learned from the book was that he would not, GM would not be in any industry where they are not number 1 or number 2. And so they aim to be either number 1 or number 2. And I took that. And that was something that really helped me. Then, of course, The Richest Man in Babylon is another book that I think that a lot of people, should read. There's the regular Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I think these are a bit more primary at that level. But then again, one book that I read recently that really changed my mind and changed the way I see work was 1 Minute Manager. 1 Minute Manager. So I think these are the 3 things I would say. But of course, for me, I tend to also do more podcasts. So I like to listen to interviews of people that I admire. I've been listening to a lot of Aliko Dangote's interviews these days. He's someone that inspires me. I'm impressed by what he has been able to do within the Nigerian context. And of course, Jack Ma, rather, of Alibaba as well, something that also inspires me. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Please inform me if there's a question. Okay, we have one.
Good morning, afternoon.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming on the presentation. Very enlightening. Sorry, we've been putting you on the spot, but I think I want to put you on the spot again. Now you have you hired someone that's bringing in the figures, I mean, fantastic with the work and all that. But the person is toxic. Will you fire?
I will fire. Off the top, just knowing what you've said, the person is toxic, right? I would fire. However, I will also put you on the spot and ask, that level of toxicity, can it be isolated? If this person is really bringing in the job and doing everything, his or her level of toxicity, can it be isolated? Does he or she have to have any interaction? Because toxicity requires an audience. I don't know if you get my point. It requires an audience. So can that toxicity be sequestered? Can it be isolated?
That was going to be my question. What would you define as someone being toxic, or maybe the environment being toxic? Because it might be as a result of other people telling you, oh, this person is this to them, so it's their own opinion about that person. So how would you now say, oh, really, this person is toxic in this organization? That was actually my question. So I now said, let me just do it.
Okay. So I think for me, again, it's about you as a leader. You know the temperature, you know the kind of environment that you're building for yourself. You know the kind of environment. Hopefully, it's an environment that makes people want to thrive, and makes people want to do well. One easy way to know if someone is toxic is their direct line, people that reports to them directly, right? If you see, maybe you've seen that this manager, this person, I know this person is usually bubbly, is always excited about coming to work, but notice that this person's work has been going down. And this person, that dip came after this manager came. And you ask yourself, so do I take this person out of this environment and make sure that the manager is doing work by themselves? Or do I fire the manager? So I think at the end of the day, it all depends on what I said earlier about what's the role of that person. Can this person's work be sequestered? And I think for me, if you can isolate that person and make sure that the person is reporting directly to you, I want to assume that the person will not be toxic to the leader or the owner of the place, right? And if you feel that this person is really good, you can isolate them. It requires a lot of skill and dexterity, which means that that person is going to be your responsibility. But if you feel like the person has some good habits, sequester them. But if you feel like it's something that is stopping you from growing, which means that you are now spending all the time managing this thing, all your effort, all your energies on this person, is not allowing you to do the big picture work that the MD or the entrepreneur is supposed to do. Please let them go. There will be a crutch to your system. And like I said earlier, sometimes you need to learn to sacrifice your Isaac. He's the goose that lays the golden egg, right? But sometimes nobody is bigger than the business. If you have created a beautiful environment, you have a vision for your business, if this guy goes or this lady goes, someone else will come in and do a better job, right? So for me, those are the, but if you can sequester and the person is still manageable and the level of toxicity is not something that can tear down your whole organization, you can still manage it and keep. But once you feel like the managing of that person then becomes like a second job, please let go. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't think there's any question online. But I have a question, yeah. Okay, so this is my question. I don't know if it's two-pronged. Because of the history, I know that you basically had like a clear blueprint in your days at Moffat about what the next steps were. And based on what we're talking about, entrepreneurship, and you basically said that that's one of like the fulcrum that drives the economy of any nation. And it might be that not everybody is likely to be an entrepreneur. But for those that are, so I'm asking this question based on where I'm at and people that I work with, and maybe some of them are probably online because I share the link with them. This might help one or two of them, probably even myself. When will you know, apart from getting a clear voice, because I know somebody like Shino, when he was working in Pfizer, had clearly, from the Lord that, okay, as he told Abraham, leave your father's house, and go to a land that I will show you. If you probably don't get to hear a voice or some clear direction, what are there kind of feelers or things that will be happening within and around that will sort of point to the fact that, okay, it's time to basically jump from maybe like a 9 to 5, and kick off or kickstart that project?
When you look around and there are certain things that irk your spirits, like maybe for instance, now you're watching a movie and you are the one that just, this scene, why did they even do this? This is not what this lady was wearing in this scene. Why is the continuity not like this? You criticize and you argue about everything wrong with that movie. Most of the time, where things irk you, where things sort of irk your spirit, most likely that's where you need to go in there and solve a problem. Or you find out that you buy a dress from a vendor and you are able to criticize this dress, look at the trading that they use, look at it. Most likely that's where maybe, your calling might be. But I think another way to look at it is, even if you don't hear directly from God, at whatever time saying this is what you should do. I think God's feeling as an entrepreneur, I don't know how you want to call it, whether it's the Holy Spirit or whatever, but God's feeling. I feel like this is where I need to be. This is what I need to be doing. Let me give an example now. For us, when we decided to focus on preventative healthcare, it was because, like I said, it came from a point of how can we do something differently? So I think if you ask that question of yourself in your business, in your church, even as a church, how can you, yes, we are all preaching the gospel, it's still the same gospel of Christ, but how can I do it in a different way? Who am I trying to reach out to? Who is my audience? Am I reaching out to the guys that are in school, the students? Am I reaching out to young, upwardly mobile entrepreneurs? Am I reaching out to people in the creative sector? What am I called for? Right? And then you decide that, what am I going to do differently? I don't want to have the same calling as Bishop Oyedepo, or have the same calling as any other pastor that are around. I want to know that what I'm doing is different, is unique. And in defining that, I think you will then be able to find what you are supposed to bring into the marketplace that is going to make a way for you beyond what other people are doing. So you need to ask yourself, how can I solve this problem? How can I look at the problem in a different way? How can I provide solutions that currently do not exist? How can I be different in the marketplace? In whatever it is that you're doing, even as a retail outlet, how can you serve your customers in a different way than other people are not? As a singer, how can I minister or sing in a way that people remember me, that they don't remember other people? As a preacher, how can I preach in a way that is memorable and the message sticks to the people that do I need to use audiovisual for my preaching? Am I okay with using whatever it is? What are you bringing to the market that changes the game, that innovates for you? So think innovation, think speed, think efficiency, think value proposition. And I think that around those things, you will definitely find the calling that you're called to do.
Okay, so that's a good and a fantastic answer in a different dimension. I wasn't actually looking at that side, but you answered a question within that question.
Okay.
What I actually was bringing out was, take for example, Jacob serving Laban, and at some point in time, he came to that point where he said, "Okay, when will I be able to have or sort my family out?" Or something. So that the question was actually in that direction in terms of,
okay, when
the
is
person
it
knows
time?
the person knows that this is what I want. Yes, time to step out, basically.
So let me give an example, right? I remember when I also wanted to start my own business, I was already, the job I was doing then in the UK wasn't the job I wanted to do. I was just doing it because, well, I had to do something, but I remember the first shipment I made of products from the UK to Nigeria then, the guy, I was like, okay, let me test this stuff out. I bought the products, I sent it to him, he paid me, I did the calculation, I made so amount. Oh, wow. I called the guy. So if I send more, will you buy? He said, I'll buy now. I said, are you serious? At that second turning of sending more, I resigned from my office, I bought my ticket, and I was heading back immediately. But I felt like if I can make this amount of money, there's this guy, this is just one guy. There are many other guys like him in the market. There's business here, right? And I asked other people, can you introduce me to other people? Don't worry, when you come. And that's how I came back, and that's how things started. So at that point, I was looking for something more. I knew that I couldn't thrive in a 9 to 5. That's me personally. Some people have that, not everybody's called to be an entrepreneur. I must say that, please, categorically. Don't hear this now and say, you're motivated to go and be an entrepreneur. Please take your time, right? But again, I think that when you know, but you know more when you have everything clear. When you have clarity, right, you will know. Don't just make a move without clarity. Don't make a move without knowing where you are jumping to. Sometimes, yes, when you are in it, you make steps step by step, but at least you should be able to see your next step. So if you have a 9 to 5 that is giving you, I never had the opportunity to have a 9 to 5, and I'll still say that's one thing that I wished I had, even though it's benefited me in some ways. Number one, speed, because I started while most of my colleagues were trying to climb the corporate ladder, I was building my own business, right? And then number two, I was also able to lean on the expertise of, in fact, I remember we'll talk, well, how you guys doing this? How you guys doing that? We'll talk about this, exchange ideas. I'll take those ideas and implement in my own business. What kind of products are you guys selling now in this area? How can I innovate and how can I improve? So I think it's important to know when you are clear. You can move when you are clear. When you're clear, everything doesn't have to be like crystal clear. You know when the next money is going to come from, but you are clear that this is what you are supposed to be doing, then you can move. How that clarity comes to you, I think it's individual, but you have to be clear, that this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you for the session, sir. So I'd like to know, how do I build a loyal customer base without spending so much on advertising? especially this social media ad these days. So what do I do differently?
Your customers need to trust you and trust your products. Your customer needs to trust the consistency of your product. Your customers need to trust that your products will deliver what it says it will deliver consistently. Your customers need to be amazed by the experience, the customer experience that they have when they are serving you. Think of any brand or any company that excites you or that delights you. Is either one of those things. You know that if you're buying an iPhone, for instance, a lot of people buy iPhone because they say it takes the better pictures and all that. But we all tell ourselves one day, why will you buy it? But the point I'm trying to make is that, you see, when you see someone, you as an iPhone user, you see someone else with an iPhone user, there's the way you people connect. Like, that's my guy. That's my tribe, right? So your brand needs to be able to speak that subconsciously to your customer, that they feel good, they feel something different when they interact with you. They feel something different when people see them with representing your brand, right? Every purchase someone makes is a vote for a certain identity, right? If I buy an iPhone or I buy a Samsung, it's an identity I'm trying to perpetrate. If I buy a shirt that shows the designer on the chest, or I try to be conservative, I'm still reinforcing that mindset I have of myself. So I think a brand already should key into that. You understand? You say most of the good brands, they sell women beauty, they sell men strength or wealth or whatever. And then so you need to be able to speak to certain things in your customer. But most importantly, they need to trust the consistency of your brand. If they buy it today, they buy it in China, they buy it in America, it's the same thing. They need to be able to have an experience around you. People need to be, there needs to be that social currency of your brand. They see you with an iPhone, they see you with a Benz, people already they have that social, like, okay, this is who this person is. The best brands have that. How easy is it to build those kinds of brands without social media and spending a lot of money? I don't know. But I think what you can do is just be experiential, be different. So it could be something as small as having a handwritten notes on every of your purchases that goes out. The person reads it and it feels special. Like someone took time out to write to me. Like, wow. So your brand can be about delighting. That will not cost you so much. You understand? There was something I read about a pizza company in America that when you open the pizza box, there's a cutout that put your feet and take a picture. And then on the box, there are different images. And people were taking those pictures and it was fun for them. They were posting on social media. Of course, the pizza company became quite popular overnight. It didn't cost them anything. It's the same box, but they just thought about it in a different way. How can I make my customer smile? When they receive my package or they engage with me, I want to delight them. That's something that is missing. It's not about dancing on social media or doing whatever. Consistency. Delight your customer. Make them feel something that the other guys don't make them feel, right? Make them respond to you in a way that nobody else does. Everybody is trying to fight for the same 2 minutes that you scroll. The same 2 seconds, they see your post and they scroll off. That 2 seconds, you're trying to capture your audience, but it has to go beyond that. It has to go beyond something deeper than just you seeing someone dancing and then you buy it because of that. No, you have to connect with your customers on a deeper level, really.
This person, I'd like to know what your daily routine is like, because you mentioned, or if you see this person, how they go through their day tells you where they will be by the end of the month.
Yeah.
So that we can borrow a leaf from it.
So you also know where I'll be by the end of the month, Abby. All right. Anyway, so my routine is pretty straightforward. I wake up quite early. My alarm goes off at 5:36. So I wake up quite early. I work out in the mornings between 5:30, 7, come back, maybe have a coffee or breakfast. Then I set out to work by 9. Most of the time I'm at work, have my meetings. I like doing all my meetings in the mornings. I don't like afternoon because by afternoon time, my brain is already winding down. So I do all my meetings in the mornings, all the strategy sessions that I need to have by 12:01. If I'm done with those meetings, then I now take lunch, sit down. I like to distract myself. So I could be watching something just random. It could be on maybe a podcast on YouTube or something random though. I love music a lot, so I could listen to music. Then in the evenings, I play tennis, I play paddle, so I could play that. I could just hang out with my friends, and that's it. So it depends. It really evolves from day to day. On the days whereby, for instance, I have speaking engagements, of course, I have to be at those speaking engagements. But I think what I said earlier is just encapsulates my day. I wake up, I work out, do my meetings, respond to emails. I also make sure that I spend I'm very comfortable being by myself. I must say that. So I spend at least 1 hour throughout the day in silence. So silence, no phones, nothing. You don't at the stretch, it could be like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and just think anything that comes to my mind. I have my journal, I write it out. It could be an idea, it could be a solution, something I've been thinking about. And sometimes it's even in the car. I just have that 10-minute space. I put off all music and I just allow the world, I experience the world and I'm present. And during that period, ideas come, solutions come. You could call it hearing from God or whatever, but in that moment of silence, my mind gets to settle down and I receive a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sorry, just one more question.
Yes, sir.
So, brief questions. I think there are no other questions online. So, from your experience as an entrepreneur, this may sound funny, but people say when you become an entrepreneur, a business person, an entrepreneur, they say you should want to build something which is correct, bigger than yourself, and think beyond yourself and other people. Now, I'm going to ask something. Now, how do you go from wanting to build a business to meet your needs? Because first of all, most people want to go into business because there's hunger and there's need, or there are needs right now. But of course, people will tell you, and I've heard that a lot, people will tell you, and I just want your own take on it being an entrepreneur. I'm not saying that's wrong, and that's a fact. People say as an entrepreneur, you should go into business because you want to create value for people. So how do you cross that barrier of saying you're starting business from just because there needs to be met, and then growing to the line of saying you are going to start trying to create value for people just from your own experience?
Okay, so I think at the end of the day, it's you get to that point. I don't think most people that start businesses, I started a business because I just wanted a certain kind of life. And I knew that, okay, if I did this, if I worked hard in this area, I could achieve it. Now, I haven't done that to a point. I mean, I don't have a private jet. I'm not flying around in private jets or whatever, but I would say that I've achieved some level, at least in my own, based on where I started and where I am now. I would say, okay, well, I've achieved some things. And at this point of achieving that, I think I just feel like this whole journey cannot just be about me. It cannot just be about what I will eat and what I will drink. Because I feel like God has already had me, God has already sorted that out already. I don't feel like, even if I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I just have that confidence that I cannot be stranded at this point. So it is not about what I will eat or what I will drink or what the school fees for my children. That cannot be my problem at this point. So I had to get to this point, really. And then at this point, I feel like, okay, fine. Beyond my family, which other group of people can benefit from the fact that I'm growing a business? The people that are within my business, the value chain around my business. If my business improves, the guy that does printing for me, he can get a bigger machine and to service my business. If my business improves, the guy that does logistics for me can improve his logistics business. If my business improves, the guy that manufactures for me can also improve his manufacturing business, and I can impact around like that. So for me, it gets to a point whereby you have all you need to an extent, as long as you are content. I'm not a greedy person. I've never been. How many cars do you want to drive? How many mansions do you want to live in? Once you get to a certain level, you just feel like, man, it cannot just be about me now. About am I hustling all this, putting all this just for me? What I will eat and drink? Like, someone said they said that you are too small to be the purpose of your life. You are too small to be the purpose of your life, So I think, yeah, that's it for me, really, in a nutshell. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Can we just appreciate from our sister Adetuyi again? Okay, thank you very much, We sincerely appreciate you creating the time to be here, to be a blessing. We are not trying to psych you. We have enjoyed every bit of the session. We are not just trying to be polite. We have enjoyed every bit of today's session. We have been thoroughly blessed, and want to thank you for taking out the time to be a blessing. And we want to say, God bless you. God continue to increase you in many multiple ways, and God's favor continue to surround you and your business, and God continue to make you a good example. You understand? And God fulfill all your desires, both spoken and unspoken, in the mighty name of Jesus. We also want to, I also bring greetings from our pastor, our senior pastor, who is not here. So our pastor is Pastor Ike. This one, he's watching online, actually, with us. So we also want to bring greetings from him to you, appreciating your presence, for being here. Thank you so much. God bless you. I was going to say something. I skipped my mind. Okay, so so yeah, I was going to say this. This one, I want to say that please, 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 you know, we're a lovely bunch of people, as you can see. So want to extend, I mean, future invitations, that the next time we please extend an invite. I'm sure that you'll be happy to oblige us.